Here's a quick overview of how we recommend you approach using our teacher dash at this point. So basically, the direction is simple. Look for this green box, or tealish colored box, and just follow it wherever it goes. If there's no green box, you can take a break. Go have a smoothie or something. If there's no green box, then nobody needs help. The green box will tell you what student is in most need. This little timer here tells you how long the student has been in most need. So you can see right now that test user 231 has been in most need for 23 minutes, a long time. Generally, you want to see like 5 or 6 seconds in here. You want to act on students as fast as possible. So as soon as somebody turns green, you click on their name. Now you'll see the timer doesn't stop ticking because we haven't solved the student's problem. We can see what their likely problem is based on these badges. So the first badge here means not interacted. If it's red, it means that you haven't interacted with the student in 8 minutes. There's been no teacher interaction in 8 minutes. If it's orange, it means like this. It means that there hasn't been teacher interaction in 6 minutes. Either one of those is both pretty bad. So we want to get on that as soon as possible and interact. In this case, our interaction could be to try to fix the student's code. You can see that they have an error. I can do an instant hint, send that. That will count as interacting. So now you'll see that that will go away and the student's countdown stops. And now this test user 230 is most in need. Another way we can interact, if there's nothing to fix in the student code, we can just send a message. Great job. Keep it up. I really like ... something, whatever you think you really like. I really like your pink background. So just say something about the student's code. If you're in China, you should say this verbally. If you're in America, say it through, if you're teaching in China. If you're teaching in America, then say it through the text message. So remember, if you're in China, basically you should always be sending text messages. So you'll also be able to mark a student as, your timer will stop if you talk to them as well by pressing this microphone. The other badges here are these inactive badges. So you'll see that right now there's no student who's in most need. We see no timer, no green box. But there are still some badges. That's okay. So these no activity badges will tell you that the student hasn't been around in a certain amount of time. If there's a green box and a no activity badge, it means that we think you need to tell that student something just to get them back in. So you can be like, hey, test user 230, you're doing great so far. Come on back and let's finish up this challenge. If there's no green box, no timer, and there's this badge, you can just ignore them. Unless there's a green box, you can basically ignore the student until the green box appears. Once there's a green box, you can use these badges to know how you can help fix their problem. Sometimes there may appear a green box over some student that is, you think is gone, or maybe they're a test user, or it's one of us. No problem. Like if you see a green box over somebody who you don't think is actually in the class, just go to them, treat them exactly like a normal student, send them a message, talk to them, whatever, and the green box will go away. And it won't reappear on students who are inactive for a long time. If a student's inactive for a long time, the green box will start to ignore them, and then they'll eventually be removed from the classroom. So if you see the green box over somebody who you don't think belongs there, just treat them like a normal student, and that's and just in case they are a normal student. And if they're not, they won't respond, but the green box will just start to ignore them. So overall, the directive is just follow the green box wherever it goes, and use interactions, whether it be leaving hints in the code, suggesting hints from this side of the screen, or sending messages. Use one of those things to interact with the student and make the green box go away.